Hey everybody, how you guys doing today? So, this video is going to be a short introduction of how to navigate my website. I have been I had a while back, I had an idea and I wanted to create a website. I had this vision of having a community-based website that I could do blogging on, and I could do my podcasting and help people with their businesses and all this and that. And like I said, it's been years in making because at different points and times, things that I wanted to do, I didn't necessarily have a skill set to make it happen. Neither were the tools available, right? To make the full thing that I wanted to happen. So over the course of time, tools have been developed and have really made a change in how to get things done on the internet. So I wanted to take this opportunity because some people, when they go to the site, there's a lot there. I'm gonna be honest. Some people have told me there's a lot there. This is way calmer than it used to be. It used to really be a really busy site, but the information is still there, and I'm going to go through and explain the different sections. But at the same time, it's way, like I said, it's much more calmer than one of the previous sites that I had. And so, what I'd like to do for the next, I guess, 15 minutes is to basically, it might run over a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm gonna try to keep within 15 minutes. I just did another video, some of my audio was missing, so I'm gonna really try to be concise on this one. And then if I need to come back and do another part or to explain it further, we can. But the purpose of this video is to explain how to navigate the site and to let you all know and let businesses know and just the community in general how my directory works. Because the directory that's listed on the left hand side here is one of the major or main features of the site. On the right hand side, this is like the basic navigation. So it's like when you come to the site, when you come to the home page of the site, we're just going to get right into it. Because if I start talking and explaining stuff, I'm going to be way over time. So, anyway, when you come to the main site, it's going to look like this. I call it DanielSpeller.info. It also goes by CommunityView.net. It used to be called C-View.net, just to give you a little history, but that was a while ago, and there were some changes and some life happened. So now I basically pared it down to this. I have, like I said, a few other associated domain names for the site. But basically, this is the site that you're going to see once you come to the page. So we have like the basic home page. We have a blog page. The blog page basically shows you all the blogs without having to um, navigate through some of the other things. If you just want to come in and read, you can come in and read. If you wanted to choose by categories, right? That's going to be the next one over here where it says blog reading categories. In the blog reading categories, what happens on this is I have some blogs listed, like a few things listed here, but for the most part, the main feature on this page is like you can come right here where it says reading, and this is also on the right hand side, but you can select a reading category, come down, choose a category that you might be interested in reading, and you click it, and then basically the posts are going to pop up. So I try to get a little bit more specific with this than I do on just a general blog. But as you're reading through the site, then on the right hand side, like I said, is where the main focus is because things change on the left hand side as you're clicking the different links. So as you can see, I have a smaller version of the directory listed on the right hand side. So how this works is if your business or if you're maybe an organization or just somebody that wants to be listed on the directory, the idea is to create a space for you so that you can show people or introduce people to who you are, what you do, and then if you have a main site, to redirect them over to your main site. But we're going to get more into how the directory work probably in another, like the last 5 minutes of this, because it's important that I explain how this works for folks. So the directory is here to help businesses get visibility. Whether you're a small business, you're just starting up, or it could be somebody that is known in the community. They have things, but they just don't have web presence like they want. Well, the directory is an easy way, and we'll probably just do a video later on, just focusing on the directory. But the directory is an easy way to help you get supplemental visibility or supplemental marketing to help tell people about your business and the things that you do. And I use the website in totality for that purpose as well. But we'll try to kind of just give you a precursor on how all that works. So yeah. So getting back to the menu across the top. So we have the home page, the blog reading categories, the blog features. Now the blog features is actually where you can come in and you can really drill down to specific things that you want to see. So it's like the lantern, because I got my about me and about the space pages to help you kind of like understand what it's all about. But the lantern is designed to be more newsy, more news specific type page. And this is where I try to get people to interact. So, like, say for instance, if you're an organization, you want somebody in the community to know about your event, or say if you're a reporter, like if you were basically like a independent reporter and you know some things that's gone on in the community, you can either submit your information here and then we'll try to get you posted. Or if you basically just want to say what's going on, then you can just send me the information. But I'm gonna ask you to verify, because I don't like just putting stuff out there without actual verification. So yeah, we're gonna ask you to verify the information, and I don't basically it's to help you get credit too, because like if you're giving the information, then we want you to get the proper credit or proper byline for that. So definitely let me know. I'm going to go off screen so that I can try to focus on what we're actually doing over here. So yeah, basically this is where you would submit. This right here is where you would submit your information, and then we could definitely try to get the information posted up here. There are emails, like if you have some pictures and stuff like that that you want to send with your article, then um, on my contact us page, I have an email, and I'll go back and fix this. I think what I'll do is I'll just put news at DanielSpeller.info as a email. So then that way you can just send an email with all your attachments and whatnot, and then we can go ahead and get it done that way. Eventually, I hope to have writers and different people that want to participate, so we can have you as a contributor on the site. Can't really pay you right now because we're trying to get stuff going, but you know, it'll get you a byline, get you out here seen, and everything like that. So this is what the lantern is about. Class of '82, that's a different story. That's basically I graduated in 1982 in Bird T Senior High. Who, yeah, Falcons go. This is a page that I was working on. Ain't nothing really there now, but this was just an example of how we could create like a sub community page for like if you wanted to pass information or have information posted about an event that you're trying to do. So it's like the page can be password protected. Um, Still working on that feature a little bit, but basically information that's going to be seen there is just going to be for that group, basically saying, okay, we're going to have our class reunion. This is going to be the agenda. Da 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 da. So just go down the line. So we kind of reach out to me and I can explain more about that feature. Citizen Soldiers is a section I was in the Army and the National Guard. So these are articles. All the site period is basically on different topics that I blog about. So the same article or the same post may be seen in different locations, but sometimes I try to focus and then just have it listed in that particular area by using categories and whatnot. So you may see it initially pop up. Let me show you. You might see it initially pop up here on this. I call it my. I call it my my visual presentation of my post. And basically, what I end up doing is, as you can see, it kind of scrolls through all of my articles just by clicking on it, and then you can say, okay, you see different articles that I've written, but it's represented by pictures, so it's like a pictorial representation of my posts that we have here. So down here, it's 11 minutes in. So then we're going to start talking about the directory. So I included the directory because I wanted to help small businesses, and I thought it would be a good way of creating some revenue for the site. And other people, the beauty of this is that it can be duplicated or upscaled. If I had more than one site, then I could probably, put the directory on each one of my pages. Or if other people want to say, okay, that's a good idea, I'm gonna take that. Okay, so let's do synergy. Okay, let's just not take it. Let's just do some synergy here and say, okay, I have a directory on my page. You put a directory on your page, and let's work together. So if both of us have directories, and then we have a person that wants to advertise, then basically, if he doesn't have a large budget, we can put that person, we can, like, that business or organization, we can help them get visibility on the internet by working together. You guys get that? So basically, I have a directory that they can list on, and then the folks that come and see my content can see the directory here. You have a directory that folks can list on. So now we're working together and say, okay, for X amount of dollars, he can list on both of our sites. You get what I'm saying? And then that way he can get visibility to a larger group of people by us working together than we can do individually. And then as we go, the business grows. All right. So anyway, this is how I list people on my directory. I can I put them in categories, and then this is similar to how I do my pictorial blog posts. This is like a quick visual representation of all the different people that have businesses listed on the site. So you saw the miniature version of their listing earlier. This is where it goes into depth. Like once you click on that these the mini the smaller version of the listing, or once you click on the name or whatever, it's going to take you to their actual site, I mean to their actual listing, and from here you can go to their actual site. So just a teachable moment here. The thing about making links, the old rule of thumb is the person needs to get to wherever they're going to get to within 3 clicks, otherwise you keep clicking, they're gonna get tired of clicking. So within 3 clicks, a person needs to get to where they're going. So this is the second click. Remember, the first thing we were just browsing. When we clicked on it, it took them to their listing. Now, from this listing, the next thing that they're going to click is going to take them to this person's site. So this particular listing is for Jean Coley. Hey, Jean, this is her isogenics business that she has, and she has different health related products to help you with your gut health. She has some supplements here and some some other things. Now, unless you just want to see what's going on, then you can click. Like some of these clicks, I lied a little bit because if you click and you want to stay here, you can. But a lot of these things take you directly to her site. So it's like if I wanted to see gut health, for instance, If I click on this, this is going to take you to Jean's isogenics um, website, where now you can go in and look at all the things that she has. So yeah, it takes you away from my site, but it takes you to where you were interested in at the moment. But notice up here in the navigation, you can still come back to my site at any time. So he's like, okay, that's interesting. She got some good products here. And then you click that close, and then boom, you come right back to my site where you can go and continue your browsing or whatever it is that you're trying to do. So, as I said earlier, my main content is on the right hand side. So as you see things on the left hand side, it changes when you're clicking. So on the right hand side, it's going to be a longer list of things because this is our podcast. This is our podcast, right? You're part of the community. I'm bringing you in. So this is a podcast that if you wanted me to interview you, or let's have conversations and talk about different things, you can come here and see what the podcast is all about. And I'm over time. So I'm trying to get this done in 20 minutes, people. So I'm going to be speeding up a little bit. So now, go down a little bit further. This is the calendar. This is a smaller version of our community calendar. So when you click on activities page, that'll make this calendar larger. And it's going to show you a few extra things. So what I've done for some people in the past is once they've come to the community to the activities page, if they had like an event going on, I would list their event here and kind of like let it sit until the event is over. I don't have anything listed there right now, but in this section you would see maybe like an announcement that somebody wanted to do, and then if you wanted to send me your information, this is what I was kind of mentioning earlier. You can send it to this email address or send me a message if you don't have an attachment to it, and then we'll just boom send it on out. I have to clean out my inbox. I'm gonna be real with you. So um I would probably send me a message first, and then I'll contact you and then tell you, hey, send me the email, and then I can go directly to your email. Because if you send it right now, mm, we're gonna have to do some follow up in order to make sure I get it. But as we continue down the page, you can see that this information right here pretty much going to stay the same. Because, like I said, this is actually my main blog information. And this side over here is basically the secondary. It's not a secondary screen because it's all part of the same page, but it's giving you the information that you're clicking on the right hand side. So yeah, if we go back to the home page, there's a few more things on the home page that I'm gonna introduce you to and let you see before we end the video. So yeah, on the home page, and I have AdSense here. So with the AdSense ads, there are going to be some things that are ads, but I tried to cut back on how many extra ads show up so it won't be too um, distracting. But as you can see here on the main page, this is the directory that we were talking about. And like I said, it's geared towards businesses that want to have visibility, but they don't want to really do a lot of the extra work themselves as far as creating a website and doing all these other things. Think of this as a flyer. You remember when people used to throw a flyer on your car back in the day, and you come out the store and there would be flyers all over everybody's windshield? This is kind of like that. It's like an online ad, but at the same time, it's way neater, gives you more information about what's going on um, with with the business and what they do. So this is what this listing is all about. And then if you wanted to request information for prices or quote, okay, you see some of that up here at the top. So actually, the listing can start at $10 a month, but I'm running that's about like 120 a year. But I have the special that I was doing that's like for I think it's like $60. You get listed for the entire year, so you get your business listed in a nice sizable. It's almost like a mini website, to be honest with you. Once you click on the ad, and then you see all of the additional spaces that you get. But you get this plus, this right here is just a miniature version of what your actual space is like. Okay, so going down a little bit further down the main page, uh, we have additional spaces that we can put larger ads in for you, and we'll talk about how we can, how you best want that to work. The ad here could go back to your listing on the page, or this ad could take people directly to your website. Depends on what you want to do. And then this right here, um, I do a lot. I used to use Twitter a lot, but now I don't use Twitter at all. I don't even use X. I like to use Tumblr at this point. So Tumblr is another platform that I use, and basically I've just embedded my Tumblr feed into my website so that you can kind of get like a site within a site. And so basically that's what this is all about. If you wanted to actually see how this looks on your phone, this is basically what a phone version of the site will look like. See how I scaled that down? That's pretty cool, right? So the site is dynamic. So basically, this is kind of what the site would look like if you were scrolling on the phone. Some of this stuff would be, moved over and adjusted for the size, but basically this is kind of how it would look. You would still see your ads, you still see the information, you still would see your listing, everything would still be the same. It's just a longer scroll because it's on your phone now or your tablet. And, of course, the size of everything is going to be adjusted accordingly. So this side, if you wanted to just see what was on Tumblr, you see I'm scrolling the internal one, and then the outside edge keeps you going down the page. But if you wanted to stay within Tumblr just to see my feed in Tumblr, then this is how you would navigate the Tumblr. Okay, so let's stretch, not scratch. We're gonna stretch this back out at some point if I can grab the edge. It had to be problematic at this point, right? I hate stuff that don't want to cooperate like it's supposed to. Okay, so yeah, there we go. So we are stretching it back out. And that, my friend, is how you would pretty much navigate my site. You could always, like I said, up at the top, we have different ways of seeing the directory. This right here basically shows the entire directory listing on the left hand side. So this basically goes directly into the directory listing. Shows you that. And then you can just keep clicking and going through the directory if that's what you want to see. Or if you want to create your own listing, you could go in, you could register, and kind of start going in. This right here, um, this is the price sheet. Basically, if I went in as let's do an incognito page, show you what it looks like. So, go back to my site. I'm over. I know. I'm almost done. So, okay. So what was that? If I go to user dashboard, I'm only going to show you this because I want you to see the listing here. See how that worked? So now I was signed in earlier because I was doing some work on the back end. But if you're not signed in, this is how you're going to see it. Like if you're registering for the first time, this is basically how it works. The promo plan basically gets you a directory listing, and then I'll start doing intro posts for you on my other platforms. So it's like I might share your listing on my Facebook page, right? And then that'll help people on Facebook see your listing and come back to the site. And then that's how things get generated. The standard plan is $10. That's basically just for the listing, which can be the listing. Don't sleep on the listing by itself now, because the listing is very thorough. The $5 a week thing is like somebody that has something for sale, pretty much. Like if you had a couch or a car or something like that you're selling, I can list that for you and just have that done. Free trials are normally like for 3 days. We had you listing for 3 days. Not a lot can happen, to be honest with you. The actual listing is designed to be on the site for a while because the whole purpose, oh yeah, this is that $60 yearly thing that I was telling you about earlier. But the whole thing about um, and this is how you can sign up. And we just send me a message. If you're not comfortable with creating your own listing, just shoot me a message, and I'm definitely willing to help you because that's what I do. Um, what was I saying? I was actually saying that the site is designed for listings to be on the site for a while because as I create content, because this is a blog first and foremost. So this is where I come and blog, talk about different things, raise issues. We kind of get a little bit adultish on this site. We talk about adult things. I use adult language, and it is what it is. I mean, this is where I go and just tell things like it is. Sometimes it's spiritual content because I am a disciple of the word. I follow the word. Jesus is the living word. Okay, want to look at it in that matter, but I don't talk about him the same way that other people talk about him. So we have those conversations sometimes, but then that's something a whole lot different. But the site is designed to be all inclusive as far as like it's a good business content site. Like if your business is basically wanting, like I said, some visibility, some supplemental. It's a supplemental marketing site for businesses because, like I said, foremost is my blog site. So as people come in and find interest in things that I'm talking about, then they get to see what you have to offer. That's the whole premise. That's the whole in and out of what the site is all about. So I invite you guys to come in, check it out. You can even contact me. You see this right here, this little thing right here? Boom. You click that right there. It's a whole engagement thing. So basically, if you want to talk to me, I'll get messages on my phone that somebody reached out, and then we can have that conversation about how we can help you. Okay, so I've been up for about 27 minutes now. I appreciate y'all hanging in here for the video. Hopefully, the information has been useful, and I'm hoping that you'll enjoy perusing the site. Come on in here, y'all. Let's get active. Let's make this site a community thing. You know what I'm saying? Where we can come in, talk about issues, talk about different topics, and hey, just come on in, have a good time with it. All right, thanks, and tell people about it. And I hope to hear from you soon. All right, peace.